Patricia. It's nice to meet you. I'm Chelsea.
Hi.
I'm going to be your social worker for today.
Okay, nice to meet you.
Yeah, you can go ahead and sit right there, and we're going to get started. As you know, we are a shelter, and I just want to come up with some, ground rules for today because, we're going to be working together for a while. I'm very, very excited to, see how you're doing and work with you for this time. We're probably going to be meeting together for about a few months, which will be during the whole duration of your stay. Usually you stay in our shelter for about 3 to 4 to 5 months, usually. So it's however long that you feel you need to be in the shelter. I'm going to start off, I have a kind of contract here that I want you to kind of look over, and I'm going to go over with you. But basically what this is about is kind of like the confidentiality agreement that we have. Everything that we do talk about in our meetings together is going to be confidential, meaning that what we say here, what happens here, stays here.
Okay.
Well, I'm not going to be talking about it, with friends or with family, like it stays here. So this is a comfortable place for you, and you can be comfortable here, and you can speak your mind, and you can say whatever you need to say here. So that's right there, that's what that's talking about. The next part of our agreement is about the duration. As I said before, the meetings will last about 5 months. If I see that we have gotten everything that we need to get done in 3 months, then it'll be about 3 months, but the longest that it'll be is about 5 months. So expect that we'll be meeting for about 3 to 5 months. Another thing, if there is anything that you do say that I feel might, that you might be harming yourself or harming other people, then I'm going to have to tell somebody about that, because then it's a question of safety involved there. So I will have to do that. And then what else? And then, so those are the big things there. And if you just want to read this over real quick, and then whenever you're done, you can just sign there.
Okay.
And do you have any questions about that?
No.
Oh, okay, I just want to make sure it's all clear.
Yeah, very interesting. Will you be explaining these resources more of what you guys provide?
Oh, yes, definitely. Okay. Do you want to go over the resources right now before you sign?
No, as long as I understand that it'll be more elaborated.
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be talking about that. Okay, great, thank you. This is just something that I need to have for the agency. Okay, now that we got that all settled, I've done a lot of talking so far, so I just want to know about you. What brings you here today at our shelter?
Well, okay, so I'm a single mother. I have 2 kids, a boy and a girl. And actually, lately, we've been having trouble with the rent payment. And I have been able to make up for these past 3 months. And I'm money's getting tight. So I'm in the void of making sure, just in case I can't make ends meet for next month, I have a plan that's set up for me and my kids. I'm also currently in school, so a lot of time is being taken away. And so it's pretty much a struggle. Both of the kids are in school, so it's good. And it's kind of more of the nighttime when I'm in school as well, because I have to work while the kids are in school. It's kind of difficult to actually get someone to watch them because I have a lack of support system. So I was wondering if you guys would be able to help me just in case I can't make ends meet. What resources you guys would provide?
Well, okay, what we do basically is, we are a shelter. So while you are going off to school or you're going off to work during the day, we do have a daycare. for your
Okay.
children, and that is all day. So whenever you are in school at nighttime, they will be having childcare there at the daycare in the shelter.
Okay.
And another great thing about our shelter is that we do have computers available. We have a computer lab there, so you can be in the building, the same building as your children, and be on the computers if you need to be. And it's a quiet space for you to study and get your work done. And as far as that, that's what we do. And we do give you, we give meals, we give you breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Okay.
And then we provide you with clothing if you need that. And then if you need, how old are your children?
My children are 8 and 5.
8 and 5. And what's their names? Are they boys and girls or?
There's one boy and then one girl. It's Alex and Brianna.
Okay. So those are a little younger. So if you need any clothes for them, or food, or special like toys or anything.
Does this cost anything?
No.
Okay.
It is all inclusive. But like I said, at the shelter, it is only a 5-month maximum stay at the
Okay.
shelter.
Okay.
But everything is all included with it. So all of your, if you need shampoo or kind of toiletries, feminine products, we give all of that to you.
I actually do have a question. How does the security system work for my children? I want them to be in a safe environment while they're at the shelters.
Okay, well, how that works is whenever they are at the daycare, we have a lot of qualified workers there, child care workers there, and we usually have about, depending on the number of kids, we usually have about 10 kids in the daycare at once. So there's usually about 3 of the workers there at
Okay.
once, and they are all skilled. They all have gotten their certification to be there, so they will watch the kids, and they have an enclosed space, so they can't just run off because they're watching them. Now we do have the secure system. We do have an officer who will
Okay.
patrol the area every, periodically, and during the night, we do have a surveillance. So we have cameras. So if you are ever concerned about that, and we do have somebody that is surveilling the area, so
Okay.
so whoever is working the night shift, they can see what's going on at the shelter.
Okay, and I also do have a question. I need transportation. Is there any way, like any bus station nearby, or do you guys have any transportation that is nearby to the campus?
We do give vouchers for
Okay.
the local bus routes, and there is about the bus station, the nearest one, the bus stop is about a block away.
Okay.
You don't have any kind of you would be able to walk that block, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's good. So it's about a block away, and we do give out vouchers, so you don't need to worry about that.
Okay. Awesome. So as of right now, I feel like things are going well, and you guys provide really good services. So just in case I would not be meeting ends meet, it's like, how would the process work of like, do I have to fill out application registration for me and my kids to come in, or is it just like a voluntary just walk in?
Yeah, there is an application that you do
Okay.
have to fill out, and we do. It's kind of like a background check of sorts,
Okay.
just to make sure see like what's going on in the family, just to make sure that you do need our services, because we do have a large influx of people coming in that want to stay at our place. One thing about our shelter is that if you are staying at our shelter, you do have to at least have a part-time job,
Okay.
getting some kind of income coming in, because our mission of our agency is making sure that when you leave, that you have a foot in the door, meaning that when you leave, you're not just back on the streets, or
Okay.
back helpless like you were before. Well, not helpless, but like back, back like you were before. You know what I mean? We want you to climb up and get, we want to help you in that area. And so that is our only stipulation. But as long as you're going to school and you have a part-time job and you're getting income coming in, then
Yeah, I do actually have a part-time job. I'm waitressing at Applebee's. So
Okay,
during the
great.
day, I do that between school and so yeah, would meet that requirement, of course, for having a job.
Yeah. Well, I just want to say, I just want to commend you for the plan that you have. You are going to school, you have a job, and you are concerned about your kids. And you know what? That's something to be proud of.
Okay, thank you.
And so, you don't need to worry about that because you seem like a strong individual. And the fact that you already have a job, that's really great.
Okay.
That is really good. So that is a big qualification for us. So now that you already have a job, you don't have to spend time looking for a job. So you can just focus on going to school. So that's a good thing.
And how long does it take for the processing? As if I complete the application now and register my kids into it, would it take like a month to find out if we're approved or?
It's usually how long it is. It's usually about a week
Okay.
or two of processing, 2 weeks max, but about a week it'll take just for us to look over the paperwork and look over everything. We might have to make some phone calls with you. We might have to visit you and just, kind of see like what needs to be done before, you move in to our facility.
As I said, this is also a 3-month thing. It's kind of like if I can't make the 4th ends meet of our rent, so this is like for future notice. If I do apply now and I am approved, will you guys be able to hold my spot for me and my children? Because I don't want to be stuck out in case that does happen and we lose our spot.
Yes. Whenever you have when you're on the waiting list, you have your spot, and then if the time comes to where you're on number 1, and then you say I am not able to come, and I want to say that there is no rent involved in this. If you have, that's the thing, and that's why it is like a temporary shelter.
Okay.
You don't have to pay for it. That's the great thing, just as long as you have a job.
Okay.
Because, whenever you're coming in, I'm assuming that you do not have anywhere else to stay. So if you don't have anywhere else to stay, then we're not going to make you pay for something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it is, there's no cost to it, and that's the great thing. And the thing about us is that we are a non-for-profit agency, meaning that all of our funds come from donations and everything.
Okay.
But we do, like I said, that's why you need to have a job, and so that's how that works.
Okay.
And if for some reason that you decide, oh, not right now, I don't want to come to the shelter right now, you will be on a standby list. We will put you on to standby, and then if you are on standby for longer than, let's say, for longer than a month, then we will have to take you off of standby, and then you'll have to go back onto the waiting list.
Okay.
But you will be on standby if for some reason something happens, and so that's how that works. So I just want to talk to you about your family. Like you said that you had no support system. Do you want to tell me about that? Like what that means for you?
Yeah. Well, I have friends. But I'm more of a family-oriented person.
Yeah.
So, I kind of lost a lot of support in my family when I had the kids young. I did drop out of school, so I had to go and get my GED, and then now I'm completing college classes. It's hard to gain that trust back because I did have 2 children.
Yeah.
As for right now, I have a couple of people I can talk to when stuff gets stressed out.
That's
but for
good.
the most part, it's about my children and getting the education and being able to provide food for them and being able to show like it's a good role model as a mother. So for us right now, it's just like things are going okay, but in the near future, it seems like things might get a little hectic. That's why I'm here and I'm trying to get things done and like plan ahead.
Now, before what was going on with you before you came to our shelter? Like before you were seeking help for us. Where are you staying at right now?
Right now, I have an apartment and it's leased, and it's just me and my 2 kids. But the lease is going up, and I haven't really been making as much as hours because they're either hiring new people or they're cutting our hours short. Where I work at Applebee's, so as of right now, it's just kind of like gotta be prepared and gotta be ahead of the game.
Yeah. But that's good that you have a place to stay now. But whenever you do come to our shelter, you're not going to be living there anymore.
No,
Correct.
I won't be living.
Yeah.
The lease would have ended. That's why.
Okay.
Either I would have to resign the lease and extend for another 12-month period, and I'm not sure I'd be able to actually follow through with that contract. That's why I'm here trying to.
Okay.
Maybe if I'm at your facility for like 5 months, I would be able to like save enough so I can go and release and do a 12-month period.
When is your lease gonna be up?
My lease should be up in the next 3 months.
In the next 3 months. Okay,
Yes.
so we have a lot of time then. That's good.
Yeah.
So, and I do want to say about the waiting list. Usually, people are on the waiting list for about 2 months, around 2 months. 3 months, I think you'll have enough time within 3 months.
Okay.
And then so I can give you the application now, and I'll give it to you now. And is our shelter something that you're interested in?
Yes, I'm very interested.
Okay,
I like
so
everything you guys are providing for us.
Here's the application. And then you can look over, you don't have to look over it now, but I'm just gonna give that to you, and then whenever you get home, you can fill it out, and if you have any questions, you can call us about it.
Do I mail this back to you, or is it handed?
Yeah, both. You can
Okay.
mail it to us, or you can hand it to us. We also have an online application too,
Okay.
if that's easier for you, but I just want to give that to you if you just want to look over it, and because it's much more detailed on the application about our resources and everything.
Okay.
And do you live far away from here? Because I'm thinking about your children and their schooling. Is the school close? Where is
The school's about 10 to 15 minutes away. I also was supposed to ask you about that, sorry. I had a question to see how, would you guys be able to provide bus services, or is it like, because 10 to 15 minutes is kind of a long walking distance since they're very young.
Yeah, okay. We do, what is the name of the school, by the way?
Palm Springs?
Okay, that's great, because we do have a bus route from the school. The bus comes to our shelter.
Okay.
So they will be able to get on the school bus during the school day, and then whenever they
that's
come
perfect.
back, and if you are at work or if you're at school or something, we will have one of our daycare workers to pick the children up
Okay.
from the school, and they will take them to the daycare during the day. And then they can actually, we do have a worker there who, if they have homework or something that they need to do, they can help them with their homework, and they will do their homework immediately after they get home from school. So they'll have that finished, so that whenever you come back, if you are gone all day, now that's if you're gone all night, you know what I mean? Like if you're coming home at like 9 p.m. at night and they need to go to bed immediately when you come home, then they they'll help you with your homework. But if you're coming home at like 5 or something, then you can help them with their homework. But it's really just up to you. Just let the daycare workers know what you want them to do. If you want them to help them with their homework, then that's fine. And if you don't, if you'd rather do it yourself, then that's okay too. So
it'll provide more time for me to hang out with them and actually see them throughout the day, because I am very busy.
And that's something that we can discuss throughout our further meetings. Like once you once you get on the waiting list, and then once you get into the program and everything, then that's something that we can talk about, whether, you want them to help with their homework and what kinds of stipulations you need for your children, and then I can relay that to the daycare worker.
Okay. I actually have another question. How is the room situation working? Is it like 1 or 2 beds? Is it like a room?
Well, usually, there are 4 to a room.
Okay.
So if there are 3 of you, you might have a roommate.
Okay.
It might, but it would be a single woman. But we never separate families.
Okay.
We never do that. So, you might have a roommate, because there are some rooms where if there's larger families, then we have larger rooms. But since there's less than 4 of you, then it'll be just 3. If usually during this time of the year, we're not getting a big influx of people, right? Not as much as other part times of the year.
Okay.
So there could be a possibility that you are going to get a roommate, or there could be a possibility that you're not.
Okay. That's fine.
So, let's see. I think that our time is just about up. Do you have any other questions?
No, I think you've answered every question. I have the application. I will be getting it back to you as soon as possible, just to get us on the waiting list. But you guys are very resourceful, and thank you.
Okay, yeah, definitely. And if that, I'll do a follow-up meeting with you in about 2 weeks.
Okay.
And is that okay? And then what day works best for you? Today's Mondays. Mondays at this time usually work for
this
you.
is good for me. This is
So-
when I have my break and like in between everything, so I'll be able to answer.
So we'll do, let's see, if we get out our calendar, Monday the 24th at 2:30.
Yeah,
Is that good?
that's
good. Okay. All right. Well, it was great to meet you finally, and just call us if you have any questions.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm happy
Thank you
that I
so
got to-
much.
Yes, of course. All right. Here we go.